Across the United States, a new movement is rising, the No Kings protests, a sweeping rejection of what many see as President Trump's authoritarian overreach. From rural towns to major cities, Americans are rallying to defend democracy, alarmed by actions they believe threaten the nation's founding principles. The movement's name, No Kings, deliberately echoes the spirit of 1776, a reminder that power in America comes from the people, not a single leader. Protesters point to military deployments on U.S. soil and the targeting of political opponents as evidence of a dangerous shift. This broad coalition, cutting across party lines, is united by a single demand: a return to democratic norms and accountability. The surge in nonviolent demonstrations signals a deep anxiety about the country's direction and a determination to reclaim its future. The No Kings protests intensified after the Trump administration deployed Marines to Los Angeles, defying the state's governor and igniting fears of military rule. Despite a court ruling the deployment unconstitutional, troops remain, and incidents like the detention of a veteran by Marines have shocked the public. The case of Mahmoud Khalil, a Columbia grad student detained for protesting the Gaza war, has become a flashpoint. His continued imprisonment, despite a judge's order, is seen as a warning to dissenters. Federal agents have even targeted elected officials. A senator was handcuffed at a press conference, and a congresswoman was charged for challenging ICE. These high-profile acts of intimidation have galvanized the No Kings movement, making clear the stakes in the fight for the rule of law. Protesters see these actions as part of a broader pattern of silencing critics and consolidating power. The movement's message: American democracy is under threat, and only public resistance can defend it. The No Kings movement is fueled by a sense of crisis as civil liberties erode nationwide. Mass deportations and aggressive immigration enforcement have spread fear, especially among minority communities, with local officials arrested for resisting federal overreach. Even some Trump supporters oppose these heavy-handed tactics, alarmed by the sight of local leaders detained for upholding community values. Personal stories, like families torn apart and individuals deported without hearings, have made the consequences of these policies painfully real. In response, the administration has doubled down, threatening protesters with very heavy force and planning a military parade in Washington, D.C. Critics see this as classic strongman behavior, the very thing the No Kings movement was created to resist. The nation stands at a crossroads, with the public demanding accountability and the administration escalating its response. Polls show a growing disconnect between the Trump administration and the American public, with approval ratings sinking and majorities opposing mass deportations and military crackdowns. The No Kings movement is tapping into this mainstream discontent, and their persistence is yielding results. After public pressure, Kilmargo Garcia, deported without due process, was allowed to return and receive a fair hearing, a powerful victory for activists. Congress has also felt the heat. Public outcry forced Senate Republicans to amend a bill that would have limited court oversight of executive actions. These wins, though incremental, prove that organized resistance can force change, even against a powerful government. The movement's small victories are fueling hope and keeping momentum alive. Americans are seeing that their voices and their protests matter. At its core, the No Kings movement insists that democracy demands active participation. Waiting for institutions to self-correct is too risky. Their slogan, "No Kings, Not Ever," is a declaration that the Constitution and the people, not any one leader, are America's true authority. Protesters frame their resistance as a patriotic duty, not a partisan fight, determined to defend the republic from internal threats. Leaders like Lorella Paley stress that this is a long-term global struggle for democracy and civil liberties. The movement's vision: an America where dissent is protected, due process is guaranteed, and government is accountable to all. As Benjamin Franklin warned, America is a republic, if we can keep it. The millions marching under the No Kings banner are determined to do just that.